This is a memorial light, a yahrzeit light. It burns for 24 hours, and I shall kindle this at dusk, and it will burn till the next day at dusk. The day of yahrzeit, which is Memorial Day, of the passing of my mother, who died when I was born. I didn't know her, and that makes it even sadder, because when I go to her grave and pray at her grave that she should intervene for me, or on my behalf, on my children's behalf, my wife's behalf, for all of our behalf, of us, I'm not really able to contact her and feel that I'm praying at somebody's grave, because I don't remember what she looked like. I didn't see her as a person. I saw pictures of her, but I didn't see her as a person. And so I have to use a lot of imagination and of spiritual connection. When we go to the grave, we pray to the spirit that possessed my mother's body, that was in my mother's body, which bore me, and ask her to connect, we connect to it, and we ask her to intervene on my behalf. Not that the person, the actual person which was in the body is there, but the spirit is there. But we'll come to that later. On the actual night, there's a Jewish calendar that goes from night to night, from dusk to dusk. So on Tuesday night, the Memorial Day starts. And when it gets dark, I light this candle. And this candle burns for 24, 26 hours till the next day. And a light represents the neshama, the spirit. As we say, on the day of the yahrzeit, the day of the memorial, of the passing of the deceased, the body and spirit connect again. And they are at the grave sides. That's why we go to the grave. But lighting a candle like this makes it makes you think that, and they haven't just passed and gone. There are other things which we do as well. We have to pray, which I'll be showing you on this, what I do on this day and how I spend this day. There is a difference between me having yahrzeit and my Memorial Day than you when you go to your father's yahrzeit anniversary of his death, because you knew him and he only died a few years ago, where I didn't know my mother at all, as she died when I was born. So I'm not able even to connect to her whatsoever.
Most definitely.
Huh?
I get very upset when I get there. But still, I had the chance of being able to be loved by him and understood by him.
Do you feel your spirit connects to his? Do you feel your spirit connects, that you connect to him? Do you feel?
Well,
what do you feel? Do you feel he's there? What do you feel when you go to the graveside? Do you feel you're talking to him? He's there?
I feel closer to him because, of course, I speak to his spirit. Of course, I don't think about his body, even if I know that his body is buried there.
Yeah, but his body, because his body can't respond to you.
Exactly.
So the only thing you can respond is to the spirit which you think is inside you.
I talk to him, yes.
That I think is the hardest thing about dying, that a person's in belief, the way we believe, a person's spirit still stays. The body is not able to function, but the spirit still stays.
But not with us.
But you're not able to contact. You're not able to contact. Your spirit's not able to contact the dead spirit.
Elsewhere.
I don't know where it is, but you're just not able to contact. He's not able to talk to you. The dead spirit. I don't even contact you. I haven't even got contact to my mother's spirit because I don't even remember through the body. You can remember. You can have a connection to her, and I've never had no connection towards her with the body, so I don't have a connection afterwards to her. You have a connection to the graveside when you come there to the person departed as he was. You knew him when he was alive. I did not know this person when she was alive, so I'm not able to connect towards her. Maybe my spirit inside me is able to talk to her, but I don't think that I'm able to...
Then you can think whatever you want, because it's all one-way system, because you had no relationship with her in life.
What do you mean one way? You're also only one way when you go and talk to her.
Yeah, but I have some idea how he would have reacted. Not on everything that happens today, obviously, but I knew his nature, and I knew he would have been upset about something, or he would have said, don't be silly, don't think into it. I miss that advice of him.
So what do you feel different when the Memorial Day comes, the Yahrzeit Day comes? What do you feel different than the whole year about his passing? Why do you feel it different on that day itself?
Because that is the day that I lost him.
So what does that day, why should that day become more significant? You've lost him every day of the life now. Every day since his passing you've lost him. Why is that day more important than... I explained it different. I explained it that the memorial, I explained it that on that day the spirit comes down to the body, which is departed from. Even though the body has deteriorated, there's something of the body left, and the spirit comes down. So the spirit is found in this place of burial. That's why by Jewish people it's so important to bury the person, that the body disintegrates slowly and in time, because when every year the spirit comes back to this body, and I suppose it must take hundreds of years for the complete body, the skeleton to disintegrate completely. It must take hundreds of years. So it comes back to the skeleton, and so I connect to this period of time. But if it's just the passing of the person, then the passing of the person is here every day in your life, not just on this anniversary day.
Yeah, I especially on that day remember that I lost him. Especially on that day. Which makes it more sad.
You've lost him every day after you also lost him.
That particular day I lost, that was the beginning of losing him.
It's just a new year started. Yeah. I don't think you have to know answers to all these things, but just because I've got a question and it doesn't mean to say you have to have an answer. But I don't think you should feel more the loss on this day than on other days. You're saying just because this day comes along that you feel more the loss. I don't see why.
Well, I go back to that particular day. There was a levaya, and we had to sit shiva. And that was all very, very sad. That was because he was not on that day. He died on that day.
Well, that's why it's very important. A funeral is very important, because it gives you a chance to grieve. But do you think you ever end and shiva sitting 7 days afterwards?
It helps you to get over the beginning
of the grief.
Of the terrible grief.
But there still is just grieving. So does grieving, as life goes on, the grieving becomes less and less?
Yes.
Passing?
It's you learn to accept it.
What do you mean learn to accept? Accept the grieving that is not here anymore.
Yes, but a Yahrzeit, the day of his death, brings it all up again. Because you go back to that particular date, so and so many years back.
If you didn't make a fuss of this day, would it be something anyway? It's like a birthday. If we didn't make a fuss of a birthday, would the birthday be something important, or is it because we make a fuss of it, that's why it's something important? There's lots of things to think about. I'm not sure.
No, but why shouldn't you think about it?
It doesn't mean because I asked the questions that you have to have the answers. I asked the questions just to make the mind think. How much we just do things out of birthday. We do things out of reaction. Oh, happy birthday to you, and we react, and we must be happy. Or when the Christmas period comes up, when they all have to be happy, the non-Jewish people, and they think they have to be happy. You could be happy just during the year as well. It doesn't mean because now is the season of goodwill and happiness that you have to have goodwill and happiness now. A person can be happy anytime and can feel a season of goodwill anytime.